Raptor fans, I have one thing to say to every single one of you, and that is this. The Toronto Raptors are one win away from the NBA Finals. The Raptors go into Milwaukee today and win 105-99. Oh my goodness, what a game and what a job by every single player on the Toronto Raptors. Kawhi Leonard, he's the MVP. I don't care. Look, what did Giannis do today? 24, 6, and 6. That's cute. What about Kawhi Leonard? 35, 7, and he had 9 assists. Shot 11 of 25, 8 of 9 from the line, and 5 of 8 from 3. Now let's break this game down here from one step at a time. We always talk about it's not how you start the game, it's really how you finish the game. And the Raptors didn't start the game very good. At one point, they were down 16-5. They weren't making shots, they weren't getting stops, and things were not going good. And the Raptors at the end of one quarter of play were down 10, 32-22. Things were not looking good early on. But in the second quarter, the defense tightens up. And then what that does, we've always talked about it, when the Raptors started getting their defensive stops, it transitioned into their offense. Raptors +7 in that second quarter, cutting that lead to 3 at halftime. And that is all part of there was a 14-2 run or a 16-2 run in that time. You were down by 12 at one point, then you were up by 4. Big job by the Toronto Raptors there to bring it within and to only allow 17 points in the second quarter. To go from giving up 32 and being down 10 after 1 to almost cutting that in half and giving up only 17. And it's kind of playing in the Raptors' favor at this point because the Bucks are not shooting, they're barely shooting over 40%. They don't even have 50 points at the half. Yes, the Raptors were down 3, but you got to realize this team, when it's tight and the score is low, it's playing right into the Raptor hands. We go to the third quarter and it was a tight game all around. You know, they had a big run. They were up by 10. Then we cut it down. We ended up taking a lead by 1. They build the lead back up again. But in the end, the third quarter was 26-26. And we head to the fourth quarter down by 3. And I already said it once and I'll say it again. It's not how you start. Raptors -10 after the first quarter. It's how you finish. And in that fourth quarter, the Toronto Raptors defense was incredible. Incredible. Now, before I start hearing about, refs won this game for the Raptors, can we talk about Kyle Lowry getting run through by Giannis and absolutely nothing being called? Giannis driving right at Kawhi, and Kawhi should have taken a charge there, but nope, blocking foul, okay. And Marc Gasol and Brook Lopez. Marc Gasol standing there waiting for him, doesn't move, standing there like a flippant statue, and they call it an and-1. 3 horrendous calls. Absolutely abysmal. People are only getting a touch on that one play at the end of the game where Lowry got fouled and Siakam ends up running for the dunk, but there were lots of calls that didn't go the other way. Those charges could have been big factors in the game. But they didn't. You know why? Because the Raptors played through them, and they continued to play hard defense. And man, this team's defense down the stretch, it was incredible. You know, at one point in that fourth quarter, Raptors go on a 9-0 run. They're up by 8. Incredible run by the Raptors. But Milwaukee makes the run and ends up tying it at 93. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. This game couldn't be any more stressful. And then the Raptors, a big shot. I don't know what the score was when he made this shot. But Kawhi Leonard gets the switch, gets Brook Lopez in space. Not very good fun for Brook Lopez. And the big step back 3 from Kawhi knocks it down. And a big 3 there from Kawhi to seal the deal. As the Raptors come away with the 105-99 victory in Game 5. And as I said, I've said it for the third time now because I'm going to keep hammering it home. It's how you finish a ball game that matters. And in the first quarter, Raptors minus 10. But in the fourth quarter, Raptors scored 33 points. They didn't score 30 in any of the first three. They scored 33 points in the fourth quarter. They only give them 24 plus 9 in the fourth quarter to come away with the victory. This is another total team effort. Just like in Game 4 at Scotiabank Arena, big team effort. And again, today, you saw it again from the Toronto Raptors. Everybody contributed except for Danny Green, but I love that Nick Nurse plopped them on the bench. Like, you know what, you're not playing too well right now, bud. We're going to put guys in that are. And he rode Fred VanVleet because steady Freddie, hey, you know, Fred, kiss your kid quite a bit when you get home to Toronto. Because since that kid has been born, he had 13 on 5 of 6 shooting in Game 4. And today, Fred VanVleet played 37 minutes. And now a lot of people coming into the game, it was like, if he played 37 minutes, well, that's quite a bit for Freddie. He had 21 points. He shot 7 of 13. Get this. 7 of 9 from 3. He was automatic. Was Freddie. And it's not only the offense that Fred he was playing amazing defense. Up against a big guy, holding his ground, waiting for the double to come across and gets the job done. He did an amazing job. I loved what we saw from Fred VanVleet again today. By the way, Freddie VanVleet plus 28 while he was on the floor. Incredible job there by Fred VanVleet. Pascal Siakam didn't shoot the ball well, but 14 points, 13 rebounds, and 3 blocks, including a monster block in the fourth quarter on Giannis. He had a few big blocks there late in the game. Where are we? Marcus only had 4.6 boards and 1 of 6 shooting. Yeah, he didn't shoot the ball that well. However, again, I'll say it, the defense in the fourth quarter from Marcus Gasol, he had a big block against, I think it was actually Brook Lopez. Late in that fourth quarter, and that one shot he made was a triple in the fourth quarter when the team needed it the most. A great defense from Gasol, and also there was one when Giannis drove on him, and Giannis just hit Marc Gasol, and he kind of like bounced off him, lost the ball, turned over the other way. Look, I'm gonna say it here, guys. We all know what Jonas Valanciunas did with the offense. But are you going to sit here and tell me that he's the better option over Marc Gasol? No way in heck. We talked about it when the trade went down. We talked about it as the season progressed with that, about the three-point shooting being great for the Raptors since that trade. The defense, bringing in a guy who can actually play defense at the 5, the Raptors haven't had in quite some time, really since Bismack, but all he was a rim protector. The Raptors tonight did an incredible job. Kyle Lowry, again, we're not really going to talk about him a whole lot because you had Leonard with 35, 7, and 9. You had, Fred VanVleet with 21 off the bench. He was remarkable. And Kyle Lowry, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 of 11 shooting. Yeah, he was 2 of 8 from 3, 7 of 8 from the free throw line. He was awesome as well. And in the end, Raptor fans, the Raptors, I'll say it again, 1 win away from the NBA Finals. And ladies and gentlemen, this could not be any more scripted for the Toronto Raptors. The reason being, Game 6 goes on a Saturday night, 8:30, right in the prime of a Saturday night, and the Raptors have an opportunity to punch their ticket to their first ever NBA Finals on a Saturday flippin' night. Can you write this stuff? You know that place is going to be booming. You know downtown is going to be absolutely packed. You know, I was really debating going down to the square, but I'm going to give you guys a little stat. Well, I don't know exact number stat-wise, but I've been down to the square, I'm going to say 9 times in my lifetime since the whole square and thing happened. That's the Leafs and Raptors included. I've seen 1 win. As much as I would love to go down there for Game 6 and watch this team go crazy and have that all happen in Game 6, I don't trust myself. All right? I'm just giving you guys the heads up. That's why I'm not doing it. I'd love to go down and party with you guys, but maybe if the Raptors win, I'll fly downtown after the game because it's going to be one heck of a night there on Saturday. Holy smokes. Everybody counted this team out. Everybody. The Raptors go down 2-0 in the series. Everybody. Even including myself, I had my doubts. I was like, man, it's going to be really tough to come out here against Milwaukee, because I thought to myself, when you go down 0-2 against Milwaukee, your thought is this: the only way we can win it now on home court is if we win 4 straight games. And if you lose one of those, you got to go to Milwaukee for a Game 7. You don't want to do that. So I'm like, man, it's going to be really tough. The Raptors have won 3 straight games. The Milwaukee Bucks this season had not lost 3 straight games. They'd only lost 2 straight games one time. The playoffs are a different beast, people. Anybody saying numbers in the regular season matter don't know their sports. Because clearly, they mean nothing. Powell had 8 points, 4 boards off the bench. He didn't have a great night. Shot 2 of 7, 1 of 4 from 3, 3 of 6 from the free throw line. Had a tough night, but it was the defense, guys. You held a Milwaukee Bucks team who I think they're averaging about 115 points a game in the playoffs. You hold them to 99 points. You hold the Milwaukee Bucks to, where is it here? 45% from the field, only 32% from 3. But the Raptors knocked down 18 threes. Ideally, Kawhi and Fred VanVleet carrying the heavy load from beyond the arc. Only 37% from the field, but you got your job done at the free throw line. Raptors got to the line 31 times. Milwaukee, 18. That's what happens when the Raptors get aggressive. That's what happens. And on the glass, look, Raptors were -8 in the offensive glass. But as the game progressed, the Raptors wanted those offensive rebounds more. The Raptors won the offensive glass numbers again for the second consecutive game. They won at 10-8 today. Yes, they only had 19 assists at the Raptors, but the turnovers were a big factor. 11 turnovers for the Bucks, only 6. The Raptors had 6 turnovers on the road in the playoffs against one of the best teams in the league. Remarkable. Points in the paint, yeah, they pretty much doubled us. Second chance points, yeah, they were +2. Fast break points, yeah, they were +7. Raptors were +12 in the fast break points. All these statistics that I'm reading here are going towards the Bucks winning this game, except for points off of turnovers and 3-point shooting. They made 10 threes. We made 18. You guys do the math. 8 times 21. Or what the heck did I just say? Well, 8 times 3. You made 8 more threes. 3 points times 8. 21-point differential from beyond the arc. Big shots in big situations for the Raptors. And going to the Bucks statistics here, Middleton, after having a 30-point night there in game 4, even though they were meaningless points because they were getting crushed the whole game, he only had 6 today. He shot 2 of 9. Kawhi, clamping that down. Giannis, like we talked about, had 24 and 6. Lopez had 16 and 8. Brogdon was great. Again, he's fantastic. 18 and 11. Eric Bledsoe shot great to start the game. They got a little shot happy and sucked at the end of the ball game. George Hill was great off the bench. But in the end, it's the defense in the dying. Look, all these statistics are looking towards the Toronto Raptors probably losing this game. But it doesn't matter. Because all these statistics, points out of turnovers, fast break points, guys in double figures, how did they shoot? How did we shoot? The only number that matters in this entire ball game is 105-99. And the Raptors come away with the victory. And I'm going to say it again, people, because whenever I say it, I get chills. The Toronto Raptors are 1 win away from the NBA Finals. It's incredible, Raptor fans. It's absolutely incredible. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed this video and if you enjoyed the ball game there tonight, smack that like button to appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on this game, your thoughts on this video. What are your thoughts going into Game 6? I mean, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on everything Toronto Raptors-wise, and we can't look to the NBA Finals and start talking about the Golden State Warriors yet, because as much as I'd love to, we ain't there yet. We still got to win one more game. All right? Now, like I said, guys, comment down below all that great stuff. And Evan and I will talk to you guys podcast edition. It'll be on Saturday afternoon. And we are going to be talking a lot of Toronto Raptors ahead of Game 6. Woo, it's going to be crazy. Links are in the description for the podcast channel and for the podcast itself on iTunes, guys. Twitter is also down below. Guys, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this game on Twitter as well. Guys, go crazy. Social media is blowing up. I haven't even looked at Instagram, Twitter, and anything right now because I'm just so focused on the game. And I can't wait to look at all the highlights. I can't wait to look at all the comments, all of Skip Bayless's meaningless tweets. It's awesome, all right? And I will talk to you guys in Blue Jays edition tomorrow as they welcome in the San Diego Padres to Rogers Center. Trent Thornton's on the mound. The reason I'm saying it's so monotone, because who the heck cares right now? Because Game 6 for the Toronto Raptors goes on Saturday night. It is an 8:30 tip-off at Scotiabank Arena as the Raptors, and I'll say it again, but when I close this video off for you guys, these are the last words you are going to hear. I'm not going to say my signature. We'll talk to you guys then and all that stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, Saturday night, 8:30 tip-off. The Raptors are hosting the Milwaukee Bucks in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals with a victory. I'm going to leave you guys with this. With a victory, the Toronto Raptors will be headed to the NBA Finals for the first time in their franchise history. Screw it, I'm going to end my usual way. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and the ball game. And here we go. Next time I'll talk to you guys, you guys know what I'm thinking. All right? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. We'll talk to you guys on Saturday night.